Hello everyone, today we are going to answer the question, will home price drop as foreclosure increases? Welcome everyone back to my channel. Today is another Monday market update. Specifically in this video, we are going to look at the foreclosure number, right? One of the most asked questions right now is that, is there a lot of foreclosure going on? Because of the economic is too bad at this time. Therefore, that question come up a lot. And also in this episode, we are going to look at the monthly market update, specifically for September 2023. That is the most recent number that we have. With that, just dive right into the information. The first chart right here that you see is the comparison of all the sold listing. Okay, sold listings. That means the number of houses that are sold in a recent month. Okay, for September 2023, we have about 5,127 homes sold on the market. A lot of you may say that is a big number, but is it, right? Because we have to compare relatively with other months on the market. Now, if you look at August, that's actually reduced. June, another reduce. March, a reduction, right? So if we're looking at the previous month, that 10.82% decrease. 3 months ago, June, a 26% decrease. 6 months ago, a 28% decrease, and 12 months ago, only a little bit decrease of 15. But that is in the period that we have a decreased number of interest on the market as well. Okay. Now, the sold listing is normally, I don't consider it a real supply because it's actually already a time passed, right? It doesn't show, for example, if the sold listing, everything sold in September, already under contract in August, right? So when we look at the sold listing numbers, in my opinion, it is a little bit lack data. It's still accurate data, but it doesn't reflect the current demand on the market. In the other hand, if we're looking at the number of under contract, which I show you right now in the light blue, okay? The number of under contract is actually the demand of the current month. Okay, that is how many buyers actually willing to go under contract within a certain month. And for the month of September, we have about 6,067. Okay, that is still a reduce, but that's not much of reduction when you compare to the previous month, which is only about 8% versus 10% when you do the sold listing, 16.52% when you compare to June, and 27% when you compare to March. Okay, this one is actually the real demand. Okay, in my opinion. Okay, because for me, when I look at the number under contract, I know how many buyers is actually actively going under contract, looking for a house, making an offer, getting accepted and go under contract within that month. When I'm looking at a sold listing, that is actually the buyers who bought the house last month, okay? Because it normally takes 30 days to close on a house. So the real demand, as we see here, we see a downtrend of real demand, okay? Not much different compared to the sold listing. However, we can see that this is a very clear reduction of real demand on the market. Okay. The next number that we are going to see is the number of new listing. This is the new listing and active listing, in my opinion, is showing the number of supply of houses on the market. Okay. New listing right here show about 7,374. That is actually an increase about 1.7% compared to August, 5.3% compared to June, 8 points, a little bit reduced from about 8% reduced when you compare to March and 18% reduced when you compare to September of last year. Okay, one more time, I don't think this is considered as the real supply on the market. You know why? Because on top of the new listing, we also have the remaining listing that cannot be sold in previous month, and then it roll over into this month, make it become the number of active listing on the market. Okay, an active listing on the market for September 2023 is about 12,003. Okay, that is an increase a lot, 14.22% when you compare to August, 16.95% when you compare to June, a little bit reduction from March of 7%. My key point is that we tend to see that the lowest point of number of supplies seems to be around June of 2023. And right now, we do have a trend that the number of supplies actually go up, okay, slightly up. You see here when it goes down, it's go down very quickly, but when it goes up small, okay, not change that much, okay. So obviously, you see those are the two different trends. Number one, the supply is going up, and number two, the demand is actually going down. That is the indication of the price is going to drop. Okay, when the demand goes down and the supply goes up, that is the indication of the price going to go down. Now, granted, I don't think it's going to be a significant down, okay? Because we can look at the trend right now, actually. The new list price, pretty much the same, right? They do go down a little bit, go up a little bit, go down a little bit, and then go up a little bit at 468,795. That is the median new list price for Arizona. Versus the sold price is about 430. Okay, number one, the real sold price is always less than the new list price because the seller tend to always list a little bit higher. But if you compare between a month, even though yes, it's dropped and it go up, we don't see a lot of difference in the sold price right here. Okay. However, though, with the shift in change, with the change in the number of supply and also demand going in the opposite direction, demand goes lower and supply goes higher. The price is expecting to go down because the seller, if they want to sell the house quickly and less competition, the easiest way for them to do is to drop the price, and therefore it's going to pull down the sold price for sure. Okay, that's my recognition of the price on the market. Now, to answer the question, what about foreclosure? Right, a lot of people are seeing that there's some headlines saying the 24% decrease or increase of number of foreclosure, right? But here's the fact. As of September 2023, we have about 766 active notice in Maricopa County. Okay, so there's a couple of things. If you compare to September of 2022, which is around here, we see that it's pretty much the same. In fact, that number is about 760. So it's about the same, right? So even though the percentage is high, okay, the actual number of cases is actually not much different compared to the previous year. When you say 24% increase year over year, some people have to question what is the real number, right? And the real number reported is about 766. So should we worry about 766? There is a line right here. And first of all, let's talk about the 14 years average. This is from 2009 to all the way to 2023. is about 9.9. I'm sorry, 9,907. Okay, so that's a 14 years average. The line that we have to worry, as long as the number of foreclosure going above this line, then we should worry about the number of foreclosure. Right now we have about 766, which is way below the normal. The normal is about 4,700. Okay, so we well above below normal, well below the worry line, and therefore we are in the normal zone very well. So even though the number of foreclosure this actually go up when you compare to June, September, or any number of previous year, right? The number is still within the safe zone, and therefore it will less likely to impact the home price in Maricopa County. If anything could impact the home price in Maricopa County, in my opinion, that's going to be the number of active listing on the market keep going up. So with that, for those of you, here's my advice. For those of you who are thinking about selling your house in this today market, perhaps you should not. If there is no must, there's no reason for you to do so. If you only just for fun, don't do that. Okay. If you have to, right? For example, if you have to move to different location because of job, because you don't like the current house anymore, then we have to strategically come up with a marketing plan that can market your property the best. Sometimes maybe discuss with your agent about the option to buy before you sell. Okay, and that is especially true for the investor. Okay, is selling first is a good option. Okay, I know that a lot of people are thinking about taking advantage of 1031, but if you are not in that restriction, perhaps consider buying first. Okay, maybe for some reason like, okay, you have to move the current tenant. Okay, if you are in this market and if you have the tenant in place, it's going to be really difficult for you to sell, and therefore it may not be a good idea for you to just sell it. Okay, you have to have a strategy to be able to sell it in the good time frame. Okay, for the buyer, this is the best time for you to buy. Okay, especially investor. If you have been thinking about negotiate with the seller, or wanting to find a good deal on the market, okay, this is the time for you to negotiate, because the seller is going to be in a really tough situation to find a buyer, and you're going to have more negotiation power at this time than the rest of the year. Don't wait until don't wait until spring, January, and February. It's maybe too late. It's because that's going to be the most active season in Arizona market. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.